Hi, this is Malice Tarot. I've just pulled some cards. I decided to do a collective message, and this is a message for anybody who needs to see it, and I trust that it will get to whoever needs to see it. So at the centre of the read, what's going on right now, we've pulled the Four of Water, which is a Four of Cups, and on this card, in this particular deck, this card speaks of abundance. So there's the underlying there of abundance. However, in the Rider-Waite and other decks, we've come to know this card as apathy, boredom, possibly feeling a sense of melancholy in a situation where something is just running the same. It may be the same. You may be experience the same daily activities and day-to-day activities, and things might be becoming a bit stagnant, a bit boring, and you are wishing or hoping for a bit of excitement, wishing or hoping for something else to be offered. In the past situation, we've got the Daughter of Water. There's a lot of cups here, by the way. It's a very emotional read. We've got the Daughter of Water, which tells me that if this is speaking about relationship, which I feel like it is, that this might have been something that you entered into at a very young age. You might not have much experience beyond this relationship, and this might be where over the years, that this has become a bit stagnant, a bit you're that comfortable, you've got that comfortable with each other, to the point where like the excitement's maybe missing a bit now. But in the past, this is something that you've pushed and poured your emotions into wholeheartedly. We've quite literally been willing to open up to the emotions on this one. This is something that you desired and something that you truly wanted, and it's something that I feel like you went all in on. But at the present day, as I say, there's maybe a feeling of apathy. However, there is the underlying tone of abundance there, because it does say, literally state on the card, abundance. And this to me can be a card of when we've got everything that we need, sometimes we start overlooking things, and sometimes we get that familiar with things or people that we start to overlook their importance, and that we can start to look beyond them for more exciting things to do, or more exciting situations to be in, something that's going to be different. Yeah, and it's not even necessarily more exciting, something that is just different from the norm. So there may be this feeling that's surrounding you at the moment. However, there's a feeling that whatever it is that you're in, whatever it is that you're involved in, it was something that you truly desired at one point, and I feel like you still do. I feel like with this eight of area, this is the Eight of Swords, and it says interference on the card, and this is about kind of being stuck in your head, overthinking, feeling stuck. This, I feel, though, is more to do with possibly other people's influence, other people getting involved in a relationship. Maybe other people are presenting to you like they're an option to you, or to your person. So it may be, this could be either way, this could be vice versa, but it may be that somebody or something is presenting as an option, or that family and friends are making it known, or giving the two pennies worth. If you have a bit of a fallout, everybody gives the two pennies worth about not liking the person, and you can do better, and you should, and sometimes people can try and influence us away from situations that we're in. However, I will say that I feel like despite this interference, I feel like this is a very strong connection, a very strong bond, and there's an overwhelming feeling with me that if we were tempted away, or if we did allow other people to continue to intervene in our relationship, or if we didn't put any effort, if we didn't put anything into it to try and make it back what it was when it first began, and we lose this connection, there's this overwhelming feeling that I'm getting, that it's something that you will really regret. It's something that you will truly regret. But in respect of that situation, to the future, we have the Ten of Water and its fulfillment. this situation, I think with the Four of Cups, what we can also, Four of Water, Four of Cups, what we can also remind ourselves is that a situation can be anything that we want it to be. If something's got a bit mundane or a bit day to day or a bit boring, then, it's not just down to the other person, it's down to us as well to try and get the fun back into a situation, try and get the excitement back into a situation, put the life back into it. Breathe new life into it, bring new emotions to it. Don't just continue with the day to day. Just do something fun for yourselves and get the connection going again. Get it back where it was once before, because I feel like it was a very strong connection before. And with the Ten of Waters to the future, if you were to put in the effort and energy into the relationship that you're in now and not being drawn into outside influences or not being drawn away from a situation with the promise of something that's a bit more fun or a bit better, that might turn out to be something that's very short-lived, or something that some people will only present to you when you're in a relationship, and it's kind of like a bit of a game to them. And if you were out of a relationship and you were free to be with them, they wouldn't be around anymore, or you would just be an option to them. So pay attention to the signs that you're getting. I feel like the signs there that you're getting, that whatever it is that's trying to tempt you away, you need to seriously think about why they would be doing it, and what would be the repercussions, what would be the comeback of you listening to other people's advices, or you listening to or getting involved with other people. And as I say, this could be working both ways. This could be your person as well. So this could be speaking to you like, if you were in a relationship and you were happy but you feel like the other person's drifting away, then you may want to try and make it so it's a new experience when you're with them, that it's a new experience, so it's not just the same old. Obviously they would have to put effort in as well, so they would have to be open to putting the effort in as well. But from this reading, I feel like they are, because with the Ten of Water there, this is the Ten of Cups, this is emotional fulfillment, this is kind of getting everything you want. And sometimes we get to a point where we just get into a rut and we just need a kick up the arse to get back on track and make something fun, make something better again, and remind ourselves of the connection that we've got, and that we, above all else, we are the best of friends. It's kind of reminding ourselves of the connections that we've got and not taking it for granted, because we can take things for granted when they're there all the time, and it becomes that familiar with us, it almost blends into the background, and we take these things for granted, and we overlook it, and we forget and disrespect its value because we just expect it to be there all the time. But with as I say, with the Ten of Waters there to the future, there is a feeling that something will move forward in an abundant way. It's something where I feel like there's going to be a comeback together. I don't even necessarily feel like there's been a split of ways, but I just feel like maybe something has become a bit heavy and a bit same old. And to the future, there's obviously this emotion's going to be brought back into it. I feel like that's something that's going to be starting to put into practice at the moment, that you're going to be bringing the emotions back into it and making things fun. If you're always together, or you live together and you're never out of each other's pockets, it's spending time apart to be able to come back together and have the excitement of missing each other. There's things, that you can do to bring sparks back into a relationship. With the underlying issues here, we have the Ace of Water, and this is a feeling of, with it being underlying issues, this would be read in a negative. This is a feeling of discontent. It's a feeling of discontent, and this is what I feel like, especially with this Four of Cups as well. There's a underlying feeling of discontent, and maybe you're feeling like your partner, or whoever this is speaking about, isn't as interested in you either anymore. And it may just be that it's just come to a place where it kind of plateaus, and I think all relationships do that to some degree. We get to a point where it kind of plateaus, and they may be both of you may actually be feeling that, it's a bit boring when we don't do anything anymore, and and I'm questioning, do they even still care about me the same way? Do they still think about me the same way? So there's this feeling that of emotional lack. You might be feeling that something has become that familiar with you that you're not feeling the buzz of it anymore. But it's still there. It's still there. It is still the Ace of Cups. It's still the Ace of Water. So that is still there. You just may not be feeling it. You may not be feeling connected, emotionally connected as you once did. So in the superconscious, which is things that you're aware of, but you're not even aware that you're aware of, we have the Six of Fire, which is a victory card. And this speaks to having success with something. This speaks to, I mean, it's a fire card as well, so it's bringing the fire back into it, making something a success again, having a victory, winning at something. And I feel like with this being in the super conscious, you already know that whatever situation you're in at the minute, even though you may feel like it may be kind of detaching a bit, or it may be not as exciting as it once was, that this is your person. I feel like you already know that this is your person, and that the connection is true and genuine, and that it is something that could be amazing if the effort was put in, because I think sometimes we get a bit lazy. So I think if the effort and the spark was brought back into it, you know that this could be something that's amazing, and you kind of know already that this is your victory, this is your person, this is the person that you want to be with when you get old. You may look at this person and know that you want to be sat beside them when you get older, or this might be how you were feeling, but other things of kind of interference has come in, and other things have come in that may be pulling you apart a little bit. Just like things, if we've got money problems, you can start bickering over money and stuff like that, and then we make it about a very serious thing, whereas we can discuss money and all the different aspects of a relationship, but it just shouldn't affect and shouldn't be allowed to impede on the emotions of it, because you can argue to your heart's content, but you should still love each other. You should be in a place where I could fall out with you, and I could really, really hate and be disappointed in you for something that you've done, but I still love you, and I'm not going to be a dick with you about it, because I still love you. You're going to know that I'm not happy about it, but I'm not going to be a cold, horrible dick about it. And that's how people should be. A lot of people don't go that way. A lot of people just go close down and turn into absolute arseholes. And it's a reminder to yourself not to allow yourself to get pulled into a cycle like that. With the Well Watcher in Wisdom, Power of the Divine, it's number 7 card, and it's a card about reflection and assessment. Number 7. So the reflection and assessment I feel that's needed here is, before you get pulled into any kind of outside influences, just assess the situation and see how you would truly feel if this person was not in your life anymore, and vice versa, and try and start a dialogue and be open with each other, so you can communicate to each other, so you can get an idea of where you're actually at. But with this as well, this card speaks about like who's really got the power, and the power is of the divine, and it's speaking about the power being of divine, and nobody else and nothing else should really have an influence over you. And I feel like this speaks to this interference that we've got going on around you right now. I feel like you should not be allowing other people to have influence or power over you, where they kind of interfere to the point where they direct your life or your relationship. So there's this feeling of reminding yourself that you and the divine are connected, and the divine will is what will be, and you should not allow other people to inflict or input their wants or their desires onto you if that's not your true feeling. Sometimes we get caught up where we allow people to interfere and we kind of get swept along with it, and it's just reminding yourself that a person's entitled to their opinion. However, it should not be affecting how you think and feel. You should be thinking and feeling for yourself. And I feel like divine would be guiding you through this. If you speak to divine, you will get guidance and you will get knowledge, and it's asking you to take a minute, take a step back from something, look at it properly, and evaluate the outcomes of it. If you were to allow people to keep continually interfering in your life or interfering in your relationships, how how that might play out and whether you would be happy with that outcome. And if not, then you've got the opportunity, because you've sat back and you've looked at the bigger picture, you've got the opportunity then to make changes. And I feel like the changes, I feel like in this situation, whoever this is speaking to, the only changes that really need to be made is connecting with each other again on an emotional level. It's bringing the fun back into something, making something fun and exciting, and reminding us to remind each other of, actually, we do love each other, and we should show and make a point of letting each other know that as often as we feel. So I'm going to leave that one there. All right, thank you.